Okay. Simmons drops back, throws long. That's going to be caught by number 1. He breaks away and is taken down to the 34-yard line. 45 seconds to go. Ole Miss officially in field goal range. And if you're just tuning in now, I'm just going to cut the first 24 minutes. We had one game already. Georgia beat Georgia Southern. It was a super sim. Skipped right past it. Not much to see. I didn't have audio for the first 24 minutes because I was an idiot and didn't check beforehand. There was like a software update that shut down all of my stuff. Simmons throws short. Going to be caught by number 9. Oh, I don't know who number 9 is for Ole Miss. He's not listed on the roster because, of course, he's not. But it's a good catch by whoever that is. It's not second and 1, 30 seconds to go. They do stop the clock. They have one timeout left just in case there is a sack. Vanderbilt needs to come up big with a sack if they can. Instead, it's a run to number 12 who breaks by the defense. Number 8 is able to make the stop. It's C.J. Hurd. Ole Miss calls their final timeout with 26 seconds to go. But now they're in real danger. If Ole Miss makes a tackle, or if Vanderbilt makes a tackle in bounds, Ole Miss is going to have to go fire drill. They throw short, wide open, and he's tackled at the 1. It's first and goal, but the clock is going to start running. Is Ole Miss ballsy enough to run a play here? 20 seconds to go. Vanderbilt has all 3 timeouts. One play can end the season for Vanderbilt. Simmons lines everybody up. Number 12 is the running back next to him. 10 seconds to go. He takes a snap, drops back, throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss. DeJon Stribling, who had a huge game when Ole Miss took down whoever they took down last. I forget now. Maybe Louisiana Tech. It's a great throw, great catch, incredible drive by Ole Miss. A couple of clutch plays by Austin Simmons, and with 7 seconds to go, Vanderbilt is out of options. They need a miracle because they will need a touchdown on the last play of the game in order to contend to the Cinderella this year. They made the top 25 last year. It might have been the top 5 or something. They stayed in the tournament for a really long time before getting beaten by Florida late. But this time, their national ranking means nothing. Their offense didn't do enough. They didn't go for the jugular on the only drive we've watched them so far. And now they have 7 seconds to make a miracle happen. Kick. Because at the end, so they're going to return it for some reason. 5 seconds, 4. So they have one play from the 19. Diego Pavia. Do you have any magic left? Pavia steps up, throws short, and just as baffling as their last offensive drive, if I'm being honest. That is the worst. Why? You didn't send anyone deep. You deserved at that point. Damian Taylor with a fantastic game. 123 rushing yards. DeJon Stribling comes up with a touchdown at the very end to give Ole Miss a last-second 17-13 victory over the Vanderbilt Commodores. And I'm sad because I wanted to watch Vanderbilt more. But it's okay. Ole Miss is never relevant in the national conversation. They are this year. They're number 4. They beat LSU in real life. They deserve to have a moment like this, They deserve to have an actual chance in Imperialism after they made the top 5 without ever getting landed on with the wheel last year and then got thumped by, I believe, Texas in their only game of Imperialism. This is their first ever win. It's a big moment for them. I give them their flowers for beating a tough Vanderbilt team, but you feel for the Commodores, And all their fans. I have to close out this page in order to save the RAM in a second. Come on. One more little. There we go. We'll just resize the logo here since we have time. Pop it way up there. They can really expand now. Except the fact that the O is leaning into that state border. Is it still there? No, we've got just enough space. So that is Ole Miss's new logo size. That's their 3rd victory of the tournament. Let's go to the wheel. Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt, Vanderbilt, Vanderbilt. I'm going to miss y'all. Apparently so is the wheel. Where? They're gold. And I can see them. There they are. All right, let's go to stats. Diego Pavia, 15 of 22, 116 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. He was unremarkable when he needed to be him. Austin Simmons, 12 of 17, 102, and the game-winning touchdown. You got Damian Taylor, player of the game, 123 rushing yards, 3 broken tackles. Austin Simmons with 12 rushing yards, Logan Diggs with 26. For Vanderbilt, you have Cedric Alexander, who will get onto the stat sheet. Diego Pavia had a quarterback run for a touchdown. AJ Newberry will not get onto the stat sheet. As for receiving, you have Eli Stowers with 19. Oh, nobody. Nobody was good enough to get on there for Vanderbilt. That's a shame. For Ole Miss, DeJon Stribling, 4 catches, 28 yards. Luke Hash with 24. Caden Lee also had 28. And Logan Diggs with 18. Damian Taylor with 4. We go to defensive stats. Deshaun Womack, 2 tackles for loss. Will Eccles, 1 and 1. And Prince William Malin, 1 tackle for loss. No interceptions. Cinterine Perkins was the only guy with a pass breakup. Ricky Fletcher with a forced fumble and a recovery for 5 return yards. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. As for Vandy, Corday Sidner will get on there with half a sack. No interceptions. Jordan Matthews, Langston Patterson, and C.J. Hurd all had pass breakups. We'll say C.J. Hurd's the player of the game for Vandy with that pass breakup late that ended up not mattering. No forced fumbles, no recoveries. So we go to kicking. Brock Taylor made 2, made an extra point. And for Ole Miss, you have Mike Baker making 1 and kicking 2 extra points on the day. So now we're going to pull the map back up so I can see it. Let's go back to the wheel. There we go. We're down to 98. Let's shuffle and get going. On to game number 3. You can actually hear the audio now, which is just great. And you're able to hear the desktop audio the whole time, so that's fine. Florida State. Oh my god. The wheel's picking favorites now. We're having so many repeat matchups. Seminoles have a large, varied territory here. A lot of different possibilities for this. So let's just spin and find out where the Seminoles are ending up. Because they could just go into the ocean and miss this game entirely. Let's find out if that's the case. And they will not. That's going to be Northeast. And that almost certainly is Georgia State. It is. I believe we had this matchup last year. Yeah, it's Georgia State. So it should be another cakewalk of a victory for Florida State, who's looking to get their 3rd and create an ill-advised border with the Georgia Bulldogs, I gotta say. Okay. There's Florida State, number 10 in the country, and then you have Georgia State. Yeah, we'll go with the classic home look. And then we'll give the Seminoles their home look as well. Here we go. All right, it'll be a home game for Georgia State. They get to play in the former home of the Atlanta Braves and really deck it out for what should be a high-stakes matchup. They're putting their program on the line against one of the resurgent, surprising teams in real life, the Florida State Seminoles. They did just lose to Virginia in real life, but still, they're nationally ranked. They've got a great quarterback, a hard-nosed football team that wants to go out there and compete for an ACC title after an embarrassing 2-10 season last year. Georgia State will see if they can pull off a truly seismic upset here in season-long Imperialism. What battle is this? We had 35 so far. Well, no, we had 36 because we had the one extra. 37, 38, 39. This is the 39th battle of this tournament. And here comes Georgia State. He jukes to the outside and is taken down. And that'll be where we begin. Georgia State will start on offense. Ted Hurst is their superstar receiver. 92 speed, 92 catch in traffic. That is a great combination. I'd love to have him on my team. So here is the first play for Georgia State's quarterback. He's going to throw a quick screen outside. And they get it to their superstar receiver, and that is where we will go to Super Sim. I think Georgia State starts out. Florida State cannot tie it. Georgia State looking to make it a tough game. It's 10-3, 17-3. Oh no, 17-10. Florida State trying to get back into it. We go into the fourth quarter right now, and we are jumping straight in with 5 minutes to go. Oh my goodness. Georgia State has the ball. It's 4th and 6. They're going to punt it back to Florida State. So the Seminoles will have 5 minutes to salvage their season against a surprisingly competitive Georgia State squad. This should be a fun one. Let's get these rosters up and running. One moment. Florida State on the road. And Georgia State at home. It's only a 5-yard gain on first down. Castellanos is lining up the troops, hoping to avoid a seismic upset, as I've said before. That was number 4 making the catch. That was Squirrel White, their leading wide receiver for this season. Castellanos hands it to Williams. Williams is going to get outside, but he is wrapped up and torn down by number 1, Damian Wilson. Demaine Wilson? Probably Demaine. I don't know. But he makes a big tackle at the Mike position. It's 3rd and 2, 4:25 to go. Florida State is in dire straits. Castellanos to Williams. He finds the space this time, jukes back inside, and picks up a Florida State first down. He hits 100 yards for the day. So he's not the reason they're struggling. He has stepped up when he's needed to make some massive plays with this Florida State offense, and nobody else has answered the bell. So it's 1st and 10. Castellanos lines everybody up with Williams the lone back. He drops back, hands off to Williams. Williams is going to juke by a couple guys, and look at him just carrying defenders. He's the only guy who seems to know the talent disadvantage here between these two teams. Florida State is just going on a methodical drive. They have plenty of time here to run a 4-minute drill and really put the onus back on Georgia State. And hopefully they have better clutch play calling than Vanderbilt did in the last game. Castellanos waits, throws short. It's going to be dropped. Big time pass breakup for Georgia State's defense. It's 3rd and 5. Florida State not in field goal range yet, but it doesn't really matter at this point. They got to go for 7. Castellanos. Season on the line. He's under a little bit of pressure. Throws long. Knocked away. A fantastic play by the Georgia State defender. I think that might have been Deuce Fillmore making the play for Georgia State. And now it's 4th and 5. What is the decision for Tommy Castellanos and the Florida State offense? They will punt the ball from inside Georgia State territory. I cannot believe that call. It's a great punt to the 6. must be said. But now, Florida State has to use their timeouts. Here's the quarterback, faking the handoff. He's under pressure and sacked for a safety. Christian Veilleux is obliterated, and now it's a safety punt. Florida State loses no time. They get the ball back, and now a touchdown takes the lead. Number 7 for Florida State, careening in there almost unblocked. Stephon Thompson, the jack linebacker, making the biggest defensive play for Florida State. Here goes the punt. And it goes to the 41-yard line. Roydell Williams with a fair catch to the 42, and now Florida State right back in business. 3 minutes to go. They didn't have to call a single timeout. Castellanos throws short. This time it's going to be caught by number 0. That's Deuce Robinson, the transfer receiver, making the catch for the Noles. Making it 2nd and 4. Easy throw, a little bit low on the catch, but Georgia State couldn't affect the play. That was Jordan Huff making the tackle. So with 2:40 to go. It's Castellanos dropping back. Throwing deep. Because they have a man there. It's going to be caught. An incredible catch there by number 7. Is that Squirrel White? No, it's not. It's, who? Whomst? It's definitely number 7. But number 7's not listed on the Florida State depth chart, so I don't know who that is. Fantastic play by whoever it was, though. Here's 1st and 10 in field goal range. And, oh, my God, Castellanos went for a delayed play action, and Tyler Scott flew in to make the stop. It's a loss of 7. Let's see if I can find who that is. Number 7. Never mind. Here we go. Castellanos throws quickly. It's going to be caught on the outside, and he's going to be taken down to make it 3rd and 4. I believe that was Randy Pittman Jr., the tight end, making that catch for Florida State. We have passed the 2-minute timeout. Florida State has put all their eggs into this basket. No, it's number 18. Okay, these numbers are not right. It's going to be a quick screen to Roydell Williams. He will not get to the first down. It's 4th and 2. Oh, boy. That'll run another 15 seconds on the clock. Florida State's entire season comes down to this play right here, right now. Castellanos lines up the troops with 1:18 to go. He waits, wants to throw a fade to the end zone. He throws short. It's going to be caught for a first down by number 4. It's Squirrel White making his biggest catch of the game. Is that Squirrel White? Yeah, it is. So it's 1st and goal. And he went out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. Florida State 6 yards away from a go-ahead touchdown. Georgia State 70 seconds away from an all-time upset. Castellanos throws outside wide open. Nobody went with Squirrel White. And Florida State has taken their first lead of the ball game. Wow, complete misplay by Georgia State's defense. Everybody crashed in for the run. Squirrel White left all alone on the outside. Bad play by the corner. I believe it was number 8. Who screwed that one up? Or it might have been Jordan Huff. Just a bad play all around. But Florida State gets the play call they knew that would work. And it's a struggle-free touchdown to go up with 66 seconds on the clock. So here's Jake Weinberg. They don't go for 2. Another baffling choice from Florida State. Sure, the decision to punt on 4th down paid off, but like this decision is a questionable one to be sure. Because now Georgia State can win it with a field goal, and they have all 3 timeouts. So I don't know. There goes the kick. And here comes the return. 5, 10, 15. The spin is a good one, and that return's going to come all the way back to the 24-yard line. Georgia State has 62 seconds and all 3 timeouts. Here is Christian Veilleux ready to make the play for the offense. He throws short. Going to be caught, but he'll be taken down. And Georgia State intelligently calls a timeout. He's over 200 passing yards in the day. It's a good game for Christian Veilleux. He waits. Throws outside. It's going to be caught, but he cannot get to the first down. He does step out of bounds to stop the clock. But it'll be 3rd and 1 with 54 seconds on the game clock. Georgia State is still about 30 yards away from conceivable field goal range. It's doable, but it's going to be hard. Everybody crowding the line for Florida State. Veilleux fakes the handoff. Going to take it himself. Avoids one man and is taken down. Darrell Jackson Jr. is going to force a stoppage here for Florida State. So they can't let the clock run. It'll be 4th and 2. Georgia State out of options. 50 seconds to go. Here we go. Veilleux in the shotgun. They're going to go read option again. Veilleux gets outside, spins. Does he get there? Yes, he does. Oh, my God. That play almost did not work, but Veilleux just said, screw it. I'm going to hold on to the ball and fall backwards and pray. And it worked. 45 seconds to go. Georgia State called their second timeout. Only one left. Another fake handoff. Veilleux throws deep. It's going to be caught past midfield, and they're going to call their final timeout. So Ted Hurst makes the catch, but they're still short of field goal range, and now, if this play doesn't get a first down, they're going to lose 20 seconds off the clock. Veilleux waits, wants to throw deep. He does. It's going to be caught, and that's exactly what I was talking about. They won't be able to start running up to this play until there's 21 seconds on the clock. 43-yard line. This would be a 60-yard kick from here. I don't think Georgia State's kickers got it in them to make that field goal. 2nd and 5. They are on their last breath here. Veilleux needs to get a first down or else this game is over. Throws, short, caught. He will get the first down, but it's going to be a question of whether they can get up here to spike the ball at the 37. This will be a 54-yard kick. And when will they start running the clock? 12, 11. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, Jim. I don't think they're going to get it off. They don't have to run very far, but they're only going to have 4 seconds. 4, 3, 2. They're not going for the spike, and that is your ball game. I don't understand. I do not understand how you make the call to call that timeout right there. Roydell Williams, your player of the game, 105 rushing yards, but Lord almighty. What a botch. What an awful situation there. But Florida State gets the win. Georgia State is going to be eliminated. Let's go back over to the map. Is my screen okay? One moment. Oh, okay, we're good. Never mind. Let's go back to the map. There we go. Yeah, and yet I don't get it. Let's pop over here. Georgia State, you put up a fight, but my God, you got to get better at clutch situations. Bye-bye. Here we go. And I believe we can really expand Florida State's logo here. There we go. This is very similar to the territory they had last year. So we can go a little further down here. We can put it there, but then it intersects. We can put it... Yeah, we're just going to keep it there. So that'll be Florida State's new enlarged territory. Yeah, that's where it has to go. So we've got that. We're going to go to the wheel and eliminate the Georgia State Panthers from contention here. And I forgot to do the lights this whole time. This episode has just been a mess, y'all. I don't know. We'll start the lights for the next episode or next game. Let's go to stats. 19-17 is your final. Veilla, 19 of 29, 234 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 back-breaking pick where they really shouldn't have done that. Castellanos was limited, 110 yards, 1 score, ended up being the game-winning touchdown. He had only 11 rushing yards today. Roydell Williams picked up the slack with 105, and Cam Davis added 41 on the ground and a touchdown. As for Georgia State, Veilla will get on there with a touchdown run, but only 8 yards on the day. Nobody else worth mentioning. You go to receiving. Ted Hurst, 117 receiving yards on the day. Camden Overton with 44 yards and a touchdown. Nobody else is worth mentioning. As for Florida State, you got Squirrel White, 37 yards and a touchdown. Landon Thomas, 23. Cam Davis, 12. LaWayne McCoy, 30. Deuce Robinson, 6. And Roydell Williams, 2. We go back to defensive. You have James Williams, 2 more tackles for loss and a pass breakup. You have Stephon Thompson, 2 tackles for loss, a sack, and 2 pass breakups. He's your player of the game. Kevin Wynn with 1. Deontay McCray with 1. And Amari Williams with 1. Jeremiah Wilson's the guy with the interception. He also had a pass breakup. And you have Quindarius Jones and James Williams. We already mentioned James Williams. No forced fumbles, no recoveries. We do have 1 safety. It's Stephon Thompson again. Yeah, 2 tackles for loss, a sack, 2 pass breakups, and a safety in this ballgame. Fantastic effort from Stephon Thompson, really keeping him in it when Georgia State had him dead to rights. Look at Tyler Scott, 1 tackle for loss, 1 sack. Sir Mel's had 1, Marlon Dean had 1. Tyler Moore and Sam McCall, both with pass breakups, no forced fumbles, no recoveries. You have 1 block. Zion Lawson with a block. I don't know where that came in. No safeties, no touchdowns. We go to kicking. Liam Rickman with 1 made field goal, 2 made extra points, and Jake Weinberg, 1 made field goal. He had a miss because it was blocked, and 2 made extra points. Let's go to the main menu and keep this going. Back to the wheel. We are down to 97 teams. We are. Let's shuffle this and get it going for game number 4 on the night. Who is next? Do we stay in the Southeast? That answer is probably yes, no, yes, no. Virginia Tech. We are staying somewhere close to the Southeast. Now, do they have a border with Maryland yet? The answer is no. So the Terps are not playing yet. Very happy about that. They can survive for a little bit longer. Tech has a huge border with West Virginia, and they could have a rematch of a very great game from last year against James Madison. Also could be Wake Forest, Appalachian State, or Kentucky. Let's get this arrow up here and find out where the Hokies are going. Here's the spin. That's going to go to the left. Now, the question is whether this is Kentucky or whether it's West Virginia. I can't really tell without zooming in, so let's... That's probably too close. So we still have to go closer. We're going to do that. And then, oh god, the lag. Okay, this is the angle we're going to use. Let's pull the arrow back up. There we go. It's going to be right in the center, which is right there. And, oh, that is so close. Okay, I need my measuring paper. Here we go. That is going into West Virginia's territory, so it will not be a battle with Kentucky. We will see the Hokies take on the Mountaineers in an ACC Big 12 showdown for game number 4 and game number 40 overall. Let's get it set up and get going. There's Virginia Tech on one side. And you're going to have West Virginia on the other. This should be a pretty even battle in the battle for the Black Diamond. I think we're going to go with Tech's home uniform. Or did we go orange versus navy blue? I think we're going to go orange because I like Virginia Tech's orange uniforms. Yeah. This will be a fun battle. Let's pop down here. And let's get it going. Virginia Tech versus West Virginia. Mountaineers have already played a game in this tournament. They beat Marshall a while ago. And I'm guessing we're going to need the rosters for this one. Some great presentation here as the Mountaineers get set for this big time home game. And here they come. Will they get to play Country Roads in victory with this battle, or will Virginia Tech come out victorious for the opportunity to play in their home stadium and have Enter Sandman play in Imperialism for the very first time? Who knows? We find out tonight. Copyright strike, get strike, get strike, get strike. That's a tsunami. Hokies will start with the ball. He's going to roll this one out and only get to the 18-yard line. That'll be first down for Nico Marchiol and this offense. Now, in real life, they're running this like weird 4 or 5 quarterback system, which I don't really understand. But here, I believe Marchiol is the only guy that's going to be able to get snaps. Wait, no, Virginia Tech is starting. What am I talking about? Is this still Kyron Jones? It is. Kyron Jones starting at quarterback for the Hokies. He sends his tight end in motion. Waits, fakes the handoff, under pressure, has to roll away, and he throws the ball out of bounds. That did not get back to the line of scrimmage. It should be intentional grounding, but they won't rule it like that as we go to Super Sim. Here we go. West Virginia starts with the extra point, I believe, was blocked. They get a safety, though. It's 15-3, 15-6, 15-13. Crazy scoreline here. As we go into the third quarter, 20-15, it's still close. We're going to stop. 3:13 to go. It's 20-15. Virginia Tech has the ball, looking to march down the field and end this game. Field goal doesn't win it, but a touchdown absolutely does. Clock is running, and they're going to go chew clock here. Drones hands it off to the running back, who is stuffed on the play by number 30. One of the offensive linemen is hurt. It's Chase Wilson making the tackle for West Virginia. Their fans are antsy, but they are bringing the energy here. They got to bring in the noise, bring in the funk. On 2nd and 9 for Virginia Tech. Drones fakes the handoff. Throws short. It's going to be caught. Another good tackle there by West Virginia. And it'll be 3rd and long. Or 6. It's 3rd and medium. For the Hokies. A touchdown gives them the win. Gives them a large territory out east. Drones fakes it. Throws on the RPO. It's going to be caught. He will not get the first down. It's a fantastic tackle by West Virginia. And here is the kick by number 17 for the Hokies. John Love sends it up. It slows down for effect, and he missed it. The short-range curse is back. And it comes to bite Virginia Tech in the ass. Oh, my God. Marchiol sets up in the shotgun. Throws long. It's going to be caught, and number 24 almost broke that one. Big catch by Rodney Gallagher III. Virginia Tech is suddenly on their heels. They're up by 5, and West Virginia has all the momentum. They need to go 66 yards here to win the game, and they're just going to let this run to the 2-minute timeout. This is the most important 2-minute drill of their season. They beat Marshall. in a relatively close game. I believe it might have been a shutout. I'm not sure. But now it comes down to whether they can drive the length of the field at home against a talented ACC opponent. Markiel throws short, going to be caught by number 1, and he pops outside. Fantastic play there by Jaheim White. Flying out of the backfield, but he didn't get the first. They're going to say at 2nd and inches, which I vehemently disagree with. I thought he got that. I don't know what that was. 2nd and inches. Markiel fakes it. Waits, throws short. It's going to be caught by number 25 and jukes outside. And he is going to be taken down. Another big catch for Rodney Gallagher III. But it's going to run more time off the clock here. 1:52 to go. West Virginia's at midfield, but they got to start picking up the pace. You don't get that many plays in a 2-minute drill in Imperialism. I don't think the coaches have figured that out. Markiel, 4-man pressure. He wants to throw deep. He does. It is going to be caught for another first down. Jaden Bray makes the catch for a West Virginia first down up to the 36. There's 95 seconds to go. The clock is going to start running now. That was a needle and thread throw. Number 7 has got to get his eyes up. Sherrod Coville could have taken that ball away, but he wasn't ready for the pick. 1:20 to play. Markiel drops back, throws short, and that is a baffling choice to throw to Jaheim White there. He avoids the sack, but 20 seconds are going to come off the clock there. They don't have the margin of error to pull plays like that here. Are we going to have another moment where a team's dream ends because of some terrible no-huddle clock management? I think that's going to be the case. Markiel waits, throws a floater to the end zone. It's going to be dropped. He had it in his hands, but Dante Lovett, the junior, is able to knock it out. 3rd and 6. We won't get to see the replay, but that was a very fun contested catch situation to watch. Markiel on 3rd and 6. 51 seconds to go. He waits. Wants to throw another floater, but doesn't have time. He's under pressure. We've got holding here, I believe. Markiel waits. Going to throw at the last second. It's going to be caught, but I think this is coming back. It is. That's going to be holding on Tykeist Crawford. Yeah, there was no way they were getting natural blocks in that one. Here we go. Markiel, under pressure, throws short. He's got to get out of bounds, and he doesn't. Is there another flag? Oh, my God. That's another flag. They're probably going to decline that. They will. 4th and 12. West Virginia runs up. This is the game right here. Markiel in the shotgun. He takes the snap, waits, under pressure again. He throws long, wide open, and caught. He gets out of bounds. West Virginia is not dead yet. Number 80. Grayson Barnes, the tight end, makes a game-changing catch for West Virginia. I don't know how they didn't cover it. He just snuck open, found the open corner, and with 29 seconds to go, it'll come down to this goal line stand. You can't throw short. Every throw has to be to the end zone. They do have one timeout, though. Markiel will run the ball on first down. They have to call their timeout. Jaheim White has 91 yards rushing. You have to give him at least one shot, but God, I don't agree with that call. 2nd and goal, 26 seconds to go. Markiel waits, throws short. It's going to be caught by number 3, but he is taken down. And now, oh boy, I don't think they're going to get another playoff here. They're going to start this with about 6 seconds on the clock. No timeouts, and that is going to be your ball game almost definitely. And now the clock is acting weird. 25 seconds to be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. They do get it off. Markiel on the last play of the game stops, waits, throws to the end zone. Touchdown on the last play. We won't even kick the extra point. West Virginia wins it at the gun. The no-huddle works to perfection. Nico Markiel and West Virginia knock out Virginia Tech. They beat the team that beat Maryland last year. I cannot believe the way that ended. Oh my god, I'm glad I turned the mic on for that. Jeez. What a drive. A 4th and 12 conversion. They're singing the alma mater. They're singing Country Roads. Take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. You gotta love it, man. Oh my goodness, what an ending. So we're gonna grab this, grab West Virginia's color. This battle between two states that were only separated because of the Civil War, I think, ends with Virginia Tech. Enter Sandman is playing, but it's for your opponents because you are leaving. You're going to sleep, Virginia Tech. Bye-bye. What a game. We're at 3.7 gigs of RAM. Are you kidding me? Actually, yeah, we're going to refresh this just to try and get back a little bit of RAM here. Pop down here, go here. Uh-oh. There we go. I love the fact that this saves automatically, though. If I had to, like, save this every single time I need to go and refresh the RAM, that would be a really frustrating situation. So there we go. Yeah, that one lived up to the billing 100%. There we go, and I think I can move this up here to make a bigger logo. There we go. So that is West Virginia. Let's go over to the wheel and knock Virginia Tech off of it. There they are. Easy to find. 96. Let's go to stats. Nico Marchiol, 13 completions, 20 attempts, 1 game-winning touchdown, and a pick in this ball game. For Virginia Tech, you've got Kyron Drones, 21 of 28 for 241 and a touchdown. He had a great game, but his defense just couldn't show up when it mattered. Running the ball. You got Terrion Stewart, 84 rushing yards and a touchdown. He'll get on the stat sheet. Nobody else will. West Virginia, Jaheim White, 91 rushing yards. 2 carries for 20 yards. Let's see the longs here, 28. Knighton had a huge play, a 50-yard run, or a 43-yard touchdown to really keep West Virginia in the ballgame. 2 broken tackles, great game for him. Marchiol didn't really have anything. Cam Vaughn had 1 run for a touchdown in the game. It's crazy. Receiving Jaheim White, 6 catches, 31 yards, and the game-winning touchdown. Rodney Gallagher with 25, Jaden Bray with 1 for 15 yards, Orrin Singleton with 4, Grayson Barnes with 29, the 4th down catch they absolutely needed, and Jacob Barrick with 5. As for Tech, you got Benji Gosnell with 64 receiving yards, no touchdowns. Donovan Green would also get there at 58. Aiden Green, 4 catches, 75 yards, and a touchdown. Nobody else would get onto the stat sheet for Virginia Tech. Defensive. Keyshawn Burgos with 2 tackles for loss and 1 sack. You also have Kelvin Gilliam Jr. with 1, but nothing else. No sacks. 1 pick by Isaiah Brown Murray. Dante Lovett with the only pass breakup of the game for Virginia Tech. 2 forced fumbles. Jaden Keller and Arias Nash both getting him. Neither one was recovered by the Hokies, though. They wish they could have gotten that back. Asen Stevens with a blocked extra point. No safeties. No touchdowns. As for West Virginia, on the other end, you have Hammond Russell the 4th with a tackle for loss and a sack. Asani Red with 1 TFL. Israel Boyce gets 1. Edward Vesterinen with 1 and a sack. Brandon Siders gets 1 and a sack. No picks. Kikura Tarnu with the pass breakup. Michael Coates Jr. with the pass breakup. No forced fumbles. No recoveries. You do get 1 safety. Asani Redwood's the guy who picks it up. And no touchdowns as we go to kicking. Cade Hensley's your guy with 1 made extra point, but he missed 1 because it was blocked. As for Virginia Tech, you've got John Love, 2 of 3. He missed a field goal that ended up being the difference in the game. Because he makes that kick, it's an 8-point ball game, and maybe West Virginia doesn't have time to make that last play. He does make 2 extra points, though. Good for him, I guess. That is the end of a crazy, crazy ball game as we return to the main menu for game number 5. So we're going to go here. Zoom out a little bit as we shuffle to get going once again. 5 games into this stream. We're going to cut one of them from existence because my microphone wasn't on. Who's going next? Texas A&M? No. Is it Akron? Yes, it is. We're going back to the state of Ohio after about 40 battles. And the Zips, it's probably Ohio State, but it could be Kent State if the wheel goes right. It also, maybe, possibly, could just go straight into Lake Erie. Almost screwed that up, but I did not. I know my Great Lakes. I paid attention in 2nd grade when we learned those. Here is the arrow. Let's spin it and find out. Oh my God, that's straight up, and that is going to be Kent State. The Golden Flash survived for months without getting hit. They missed a couple times with the arrow, but they will have to play at home, but it is a MAC battle. We're getting MACtion in episode 6, just as we expected. Let's pop over here and get it set up. So it's going to be Akron on the road. There they are. And here, there they are. Kent State Golden Flash. This should be a close game. Not the most talent, but we do have some fun uniforms. Kent State has some gorgeous ones, if I'm not mistaken. I love this one. Is beautiful. Although I think we used it last year. 2nd alternate is a lot of fun. 3rd alternate is this all yellow look that's super fun. 4th alternate, oh, another fun one. My God, they have so many options. This is insane. So, oh my God, the lightning bolt helmet. Are you kidding me with all these? I should really do a rebuild as Kent State because these uniform options are endless. They're beautiful. Give me a lot of chances to throw on some cool stuff. Let's go with this all yellow look. As for Akron, this is a fun uniform for them. You've got their home uniform. Let's go with all white here. Actually, that's yellow versus white. That's not a great combo. We got to go light versus dark here. It's the battle for the wagon wheel. We got Darius Rucker in attendance and everything. I know that song's a cover, but I don't know who sang the original. Sue me. Here we go. Akron versus Kent State. We're definitely going to have to pull the rosters here because I have a feeling it's going to be close. It's going to be a stream that's in the longer end because, of course, it is. We've got a reading of a play in my basement tonight, and I'm sure they heard me freaking out about the West Virginia Tech game. But whatever. Who cares? Oh, I can't see Akron. That ain't good. Let's refresh this and see if we can fix that. Kent State running out in their home stadium. It's another Ohio battle here. We already had Ohio State against Cincinnati and Miami of Ohio against Ohio earlier. That's not good. I'm going to have to pull them up from here. There we are. Kent State will return the opening kick. It goes to the 20, jukes out one man, gets taken down at the 24-yard line. So here comes Drew DeShields at quarterback. Akron won their last game, running away with it 38-17. Is it Drew DeShields or is that CJ Montez? I can't really tell from here. Takes a snap, hands it off to the running back. He finds a little bit of a hole and jukes forward for 8 yards. Jordan Newbin with the run. That's number 17, who of course is not on the Kent State depth chart. Whatever. Let's see if we can find that on Google real quick. Number 17. Do we have anything there? Yeah, I have no idea who their quarterback is. CJ Montez, Kent State. Yeah, it says he wears number 7. Let's just check the depth chart or their official like team roster to see if we have. Are you kidding me? We can't see their roster from here? Let's try this again. Football roster for the Kent State Golden Flashes. I cannot believe I'm taking this much time to try and find their quarterback's name. When this might just go to Super Sim, we might miss the entire thing. It's Ruel Tomlinson. That's his name. Ruel Tomlinson is the starter. Let's go to Super Sim. Cannot believe I took all that much time to do that. Here we go. Staying close so far. Kent State takes the lead with Ruel Tomlinson leading them there. It's 10-0, 10-3, 17-3, 24-3. And Akron looks like they're going to be dropped out here. At least they scored points. 27-17. Are they going to make it close? They're not. 34-17. 34-24. Give it a second. No, it's going to be a quarterback kneel here with 4th and 13. I believe that is going to end this ball game with Kent State winning in a crazy high-scoring battle, 34-27. That is your ball game. 1.9 gigs, that's fine for now. The wagon wheel goes to Kent State. They get their first ever Imperialism win. Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Love it. Let's go over to the stats. We're going to grab Kent State here. Erase Akron's color and get rid of their logo. You scored a lot of points. Maybe some exciting action, but we saw it all in Super Sim. Bye-bye. There we go. So now Eastern Ohio has just 2 teams left. Kent State and Ohio State. Golden Flash never had to play the Buckeyes last year because Ohio State had already lost to Michigan at that point. That's, we can probably go a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's about as big as we can go. So Kent State has got to love their new territory. Can we go here, or is that going to... No. We can go there. Just to make it a little bit closer for the Golden Flash. There we go. Let's go to the wheel and eliminate Akron from it. There they are. Only 2 games left, but first let's go to stats real quick. 34-27 is your final. Ruel Tomlinson, 18 of 34, 284 passing yards and 2 scores on the day. Huge game for him. On the Akron side, Ben Finley, 17 of 45. My God, 240 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Rushing, they had a good runner, but only 10 carries, 105 yards, and a score. They probably should have run the ball more. His long was 60 yards. They didn't give it to him more? I guess they were trailing. Whatever. Meanwhile, for Kent State, Jordan Newman, 15 carries, 80 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Good game for him. Long of 26. And you have Dorrealist Clark. What a great name. We get to see him more. 5 catches, 153 yards. That might be a record in Season 2. And 2 scores. Incredible game for him. Deshaun Martin, 3 for 41. He is hurt, but that won't carry over. Jordan Newman, 2 for 4. Tommy Arnold had 15. Christian Berry with 14. J.J. Etheridge with 39. Ardell Banks with 5. Wayne Harris with 13. As for Akron, you get Israel Polk with 86 receiving yards and a touchdown. Jake Newell, 4 for 59. Tim Greer Jr. 3 for 32 and a touchdown. And that is everybody that will get onto the stat sheet. We go to Akron's defensive effort. Yeah, Kevin Newberry, 1 tackle, half a sack. Elijah Reed, 1 TFL, half a sack, and a pass breakup, and a forced fumble. Big game for Elijah Reed. Dextrell Brown, 1 and 1. No interceptions. Elijah Reed, the only guy with a pass breakup. Shimon Cooper also gets a forced fumble. They'll credit him with 1 recovery, maybe 2. We might give him both there, honestly. Just for fun. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. Over to the Kent State side of things. 3 tackles for loss and a sack for Thomas Alden. Huge game for him. Dwayne Gissendanner also with a tackle for loss and a pass breakup. Antoine Campbell Jr. 1-1. Joel Boama with a pick and a pass breakup. Good game for him. Tevin Tucker, Dwayne Gissendanner, Joel Boama, I believe, yeah. And Samaj Cross with the pass breakups. Mateus Carroll with a forced fumble, 1 recovery, and 17 return yards. No blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. Let's go to kicking. Big game for Will Hrishko. 2 made field goals, 4 made extra points. Samaha, 2 made field goals, 3 made extra points. Big game for both of them. As we go back to the menu, 2 games left tonight. Pop over here. Shuffle this wheel with just 95 teams remaining. Here we go. Missouri State. No, it's Miami, Ohio. No, we are returning to the great state of New Jersey. As Rutgers will spin the arrow from their East Coast spot. They don't really have ocean territory anymore unless they get absurdly lucky. This also could be a battle with Maryland because they share a tiny border. Please don't let it do that. Please, God, do not let Rutgers play Maryland. I want the Terps to have a break. Let's spin this and find out where the Scarlet Knights are headed. This is going to be East. And is that going to be UConn or UMass? It's kind of hard to tell from where this logo is. Let's zoom in here. Pop it right there. That's the center. Oh, I still can't tell. I still cannot tell. We're going to have to pop back here. Zoom in even more. We're just going to do that and bring the arrow up. That's the middle. It's hitting the line. It is hitting the line with this. Where's my measurer? Oh, God. That is just barely UMass. That is the closest arrow spin we have ever had. So it's going to be another MAC team here facing a Big Ten opponent as Rutgers will take on UMass. This team has not been good this year, so I would assume that Rutgers gets the win, but maybe the road environment throws them for a loop. Let's get it set up. Here's Rutgers. And there's UMass. Rutgers has a significant talent advantage. A great red and white uniform here. It's another red on red battle. So we're going to have to go with that look. Here we go. It's Rutgers against UMass. I don't think we're going to need the rosters for this one, so we're not going to take the time to pull them up. The Minutemen had a win last year. I believe it was against UConn. They had a great quarterback, Tyson Fomachan. I don't know if he's still on the team. That'll be the one thing that we check for them. Let's find out here. Is Tyson Fomachan still there? No, I believe it's Brandon Rose getting the start for UMass. They were independent last year. They're in the MAC this year. We'll see if they can hold their own against a skilled Big Ten opponent. Rutgers will kick off, and we are underway in the great state of Massachusetts. This is a big moment because if Rutgers wins this game, then Boston College can hide even more. Because barely any of Rutgers' territory goes towards Boston College. It's Grant Jordan getting the start at quarterback for the Minutemen. We'll see one play here. He's going to throw the quick screen outside, and he's going to be taken down for a short pickup there. Moses Walker makes the tackle, I believe, as we go to Super Sim. Rutgers takes a 7-0 lead. UMass makes it 7-3. It's 14-3. It's 21-3. It's 28-3. A red zone turnover is going to end this one. 31-3 is your final. Rutgers gets the big time victory. And Boston College just gets to sit back and relax because they're not going to be landed on at all in this tournament. It's going to be them having to get landed on with the wheel. That's the only way. Let's go to the map and give Rutgers some more territory here. How are we looking? 2.2. We can stay on this for a little longer. So there we go. UMass, you did nothing of note. Bye-bye. There we go. Can we make Rutgers' logo bigger? Not particularly. We're just going to put that back there. It's a weird looking territory for the Scarlet Knights. But they like being weird. They're from New Jersey. Let's go to the wheel. We're going to X out the map for now so that it's not taking up RAM. And we got to get UMass off of the wheel here. There they are. We're down to 94. Let's go to stats real quick. Grant Jordan, 12 of 34, 157 yards, no touchdowns, 1 pick. Not a great game from him. Ethan Kaliakmanis, 3 passing touchdowns, over 200 passing yards. He was the engine for Rutgers today. CJ Campbell Jr. with 66 rushing yards and a touchdown. His long was 12. Kaliakmanis did some stuff. Antoine Raymond with 10. Terrell Mitchell with 3. UMass, did anybody do anything of note? No. Rocco Griffin was the leading rusher, 9 carries, 14 yards. That's embarrassing. Receiving, T.Y. Harding will get on the stat sheet, 6 catches for 90 yards. Nobody else did anything of note for UMass. As for Rutgers, you have Colin Weber, the tight end, 6 catches, 46 yards, 2 touchdowns in this ballgame. D.T. Sheffield with 56. K.J. Duff with 24 and a score. Ian Strong with 44. Kenny Fletcher Jr. with 26. And C.J. Campbell Jr. with 12. As we go to defensive, keep scrolling up the direction of that. You have Bradley Weaver, tackle for loss and a sack. Nobody else with either of those. Dariel Jabome with the interception. Bo Masco with 2 pass breakups. Cam Miller with 1. Keyshawn Griffin with 1. And Kosh Sanders with 1. Abram Wright with a forced fumble. Nobody with the recovery. 2 blocks. Abram Wright with 1 and Bradley Weaver with 1. That is crazy. No safeties, no touchdowns. Meanwhile, for UMass, Tim Grant Randall with 1 tackle for loss and 1 sack. Timmy Hinspeter and Darion Craig, both with forced fumbles. We're going to give both of those recoveries to Craig because he had 14 return yards, no blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. They must have changed the sliders a little bit in response to the NFL constantly blocking field goals because there were not this many in the other episodes. Derek Morris had one blocked field goal. The other one must have been a punt block, I guess. He made a 43-yarder, no made extra points. Let's just check the punting real quick. Yeah, blocked punt. Crazy special teams from Rutgers. Gonna have to keep that in mind for future games. Jai Patel, 1 made field goal, 4 made extra points in the day. Let's get going to our last game of the night. There we go. Gonna have to pull up the map again here. There it is. Okay. Last spin of the night. Let's shuffle it and get it going. Going from 94 to 93 here. Just don't be Maryland. Please don't be Maryland. Please don't be Maryland. It's not red. It's not red. It's not red. It's coming up, but it's not going to get there. It's Miami. No, it's Syracuse. We are staying northeast with this one. Syracuse does have a lot of northern territory that would just be a skip. But it could be Rutgers, and it could be Buffalo. Let's find out where the arrow will take them here. This is going to be straight east, and they will just claim the state of Vermont. Syracuse has got to love that. Let's just give them some free territory here. There we go. There we go. Let's put it in this corner and see how far we can expand Syracuse's logo here. Yeah, that's the spot. So Syracuse now owns the state of Vermont. And we got to spin the wheel again. Here we go. It's going to skip past Maryland. Thank God. Is it Iowa? No, it's going to be East. James Madison playing for a 4th time in 6 weeks. Their luck has not been good because they have to go on the road for a 3rd time unless this goes out into the ocean or they play Maryland. Please don't play Maryland. Please, God, spare me of that. Here's the spin. It's not Maryland. That is almost definitely East Carolina. We might get a rare purple on purple match here. We're going to zoom in to ensure that it's not NC State. That should do it. Put this right in the center. That is East Carolina. So it's going to be a group of 5 battle here to finish out week 6. James Madison looking to expand once again and be the first team in the tournament with 4 victories. They'd be completely surrounding NC State almost. Let's get this thing set up. Should be an exciting end to what has been a very fun episode of Imperialism. There's East Carolina. And here is James Madison. The Dukes have a slight advantage, and they have so much experience in this tournament. And thank God the actual wear and tear doesn't factor in here. We're going to go with East Carolina's home uniform unless we have something cool here. The throwback is a nice look. You've got the alternate, which is just gorgeous. And that's going to be the one that we use. They're going to go all black here. And then the Road Warriors, James Madison, will go with this look unless we can find something cooler. No. All purple against all black. Can't do that. It's going to be away. Here we go. James Madison, once again, the finale team. They beat Duke in the last game of last week's episode, and now they got to go on the road to face the East Carolina Pirates out of the American Athletic Conference, I believe. Let's get it going. I'm going to pull up these rosters, I think, because I think we're going to need them here. I already know most of James Madison's players. It should come back to me from memory. But here come the Pirates. They've got one of the best midfield logos in all of college football. You'll see it in a second. Or not. They just won't show it. But we'll see it on the kickoff. James Madison will kick the ball off to East Carolina to start this ball game. Love the helmet. I'm not a huge fan of the black uniforms in general. They don't look the most inspired. It's going to be a good tackle on the kick return. And here comes East Carolina's quarterback. I believe it's going to be Caton Hauser. He was the starter last year. He should still be there, and he is. Anthony Smith is their starting star receiver. And I'm just happy the Dukes aren't playing Maryland, to be perfectly honest with you. We hand off to number 7 on the opening play. He gets outside, and he's taken down for a gain of nothing. Curtis Harris-Lopez makes the stop, and it's... Oh, God, it's Turbo. We're going to have to wait for an incomplete pass here. Hauser sends man in motion, drops back, fakes the handoff, throws the RPO outside to number 7. He's going to have some space to the 30. He's taken down, and we still can't do Super Sim, and we got it. All right. Let's see how this game turns out. East Carolina tries to drive, can't score with it. James Madison opens the scoring 3-0. East Carolina ties at 3-3. It's 6-3. Got a defensive slugfest here. East Carolina still can't tie. It's 9-3. We're going to have to jump in here. And it's 15-3. We're going to wait. 15-10. We're going to jump right in here. 2:44 to go. 3rd and 3. James Madison looking to lock this game away. Sluka throws long. Caught by number 11, Nick DiGennaro. He's been so clutch all year. And he makes another big play. East Carolina is out of timeouts. If they don't get a 3-and-out here, this ball game is over. Sluka throws to the end zone. Touchdown, James Madison. Number 18, Logan Kyle makes the catch. And he's stunting on him in the end zone on the road. My goodness, James Madison is the Old Dominion of this tournament. It's fitting because they beat Old Dominion in order to get this far. Beautiful throw by Sluka, who's just making UNLV look stupid for not paying him, you know? So here's the extra point to make it a 12-point ball game. It is up and good. East Carolina would need to score and get an onside kick and a whole lot of luck in order to come back in this ball game. I honestly don't see them doing it, but we're going to give them a shot and watch it in real time. We'll see if Caton Hauser can make something happen here for the Pirates. Return goes out past the 20 to the 21-yard line. And here comes East Carolina. The margin of error is gone. They have to be perfect. Hauser waits, throws long or short. And that's going to take 15 seconds. No, they have Turbo. So they have an actual no-huddle offense, which gives them a slightly better chance of holding on here. Hauser drops back, waits, throws deep. It's going to be caught by number 9. Number 9 with plenty of speed and plenty of space up to midfield. That's Anthony Smith making the catch for East Carolina. And I don't think they're going to run up no-huddle here. They're just going to let this run down to the 2-minute timeout. So East Carolina not fully dead yet, but their chances are very slim. James Madison going full drop coverage here. Hauser throws short. I don't like that choice, but they have actual no huddle, so it doesn't matter as much. They're going to sprint everybody back to the line. Hauser in the shotgun. It's such a huge advantage to run turbo offense in Imperialism when you're down late. He waits. Throws long. This is going to be a first down. Number 12 who breaks a tackle. That's a great catch and run by somebody. I don't know who number 12 is, but he made a great play there. Oh, it's Jaquaze Petaway making the catch. Hauser with 1:35 to go. Throws short. It's going to be caught by the running back. Can he get to the first down? No. That was London Montgomery with the effort. And now they got to sprint right back up. 1:27 to go. East Carolina is not out of this just yet. 20 yards away from the end zone. Hauser wants to throw there. He does. That's going to be caught. Oh, no. Broken up on the play by number 6. That is Chance Harley stopping the play. 3rd and 1. They run everybody back there. Hauser stops, throws deep, caught for a first down. That's Jacob Thomas making the catch, and they run everybody back up. 1:13 to go. Hauser trying to call an audible. They got one running back there to help protect. Hauser waiting, throwing to the end zone. Touched. Oh, God. Was that actually a touchdown? He had his foot in. I don't know if the ball ever actually crossed the plane there, because he immediately just tossed it backwards. And I think in the pull down, it breaks the plane, and then the play immediately dies. Let's take a look. I think that's the case, because he just shunts the ball behind him. So here's the extra point attempt from number 95. Andrew Conrad sends it through the uprights. The kick is good, and now it'll all come down to one onside kick here. Can James Madison recover it to secure their 4th victory of Imperialism? It's going to fly way up into the air and be recovered by number 34 for James Madison. And here is the kneel down to end the ball game. This is a close, fun game, but James Madison has victory number 4 to their name. What a win for the Dukes. They hold on. They get the game-winning, clinching touchdown late to send East Carolina packing. They will not be the American Conference champions this year. Somebody else is going to take the crown for holding on as long as possible. There was the late touchdown to the tight end that locked this game up. We'll go to the map one more time tonight. As James Madison expands their territory for the 4th time. East Carolina played an exciting game, gave us some turbo offense and real no huddle, which was fun to watch, but nothing else. Bye-bye. Pop here and get rid of that. We're going to have to really make this way smaller in order to erase the other stuff without screwing this up. Got to be careful here. I'm just going to slice down. Is there anything else that we have to do in order to make this transition easier down the road? I don't think so. Oh, we do have to hold on. Gotta make that royal purple. I don't think North Carolina has any other territories. They don't. And we can't really fit this logo anywhere else until the moment they beat NC State. So that is going to do it for this episode. We're going to... Oh, wait, we have stats. Cannot forget stats. So there's Caden Hauser, 17 of 31, 2 touchdowns. It was a good game for him. But Sluka outplayed him, 23 of 31, 270 yards and a touchdown. He also had 12 rushing yards and 11 carries. Good game for him. George Pettaway with 53 and a touchdown. A workman's game. His long was 34, though. Good run for him. Meanwhile, for East Carolina, London Montgomery, 14 carries, 76 yards. His longest carry was a 46-yarder. From Scranton, Pennsylvania. Love that town. Let's go to receiving. Jaquays Pettaway, who I believe is the runner of George Pettaway. Has to be, right? 62 receiving yards. He was the leader for East Carolina. Yannick Smith with 36 and a touchdown. Anthony Smith also had 62 receiving yards. And then you have Brock Spalding, 1 catch for 42 yards and a tutty. For James Madison, Logan Kyle is the guy, 7 for 92 and a touchdown. Nick DiGennaro, 6 for 62. Jalen Sanchez, 5 for 51. Isaiah Alston, 3 for 45. And George Pettaway, 2 for 20. As we go to defensive, you have Michael McMullen with 2, Amar Thomas with 2 and a sack, Emmanuel Bush with 2, Terry Lockett Jr. with 1, Curtis Harris Lopez with 1. Only 1 sack, no picks. DJ Barksdale and Chance Harley both with pass breakups. Chance Harley also forced a fumble. Nobody recovered it. Another block. Emmanuel Bush with the block. No safeties, no touchdowns. We go to East Carolina. 2 tackles, 1.5 sacks for Xavier McIver. Ryan Roseborough with 1. Rashid Reason with 1 and 0.5 sacks. Damian Wilson, 1 tackle for loss, 2 pass breakups. Rashid Reason also had 2 pass breakups, and then Aiden Duncanson had 1 pass breakup, no forced fumbles, no recoveries, no blocks, no safeties, no touchdowns. As we go to kicking. Yeah, 1 blocked field goal for Andrew Conrad. He did make his extra points, though. As for James Madison, all 3 made field goals, 1 made extra point for Cristiano Rosa. Another fantastic game for him. That brings us to the end of this episode. Let's give you a better look at the map here. There we go. Let's zoom in a little bit. As we have hit the top 93. Rutgers and Syracuse both expand their territory. James Madison gets their 4th win, and they still don't have that big of a territory. Kind of cheating the system a little bit here. I mean, Old Dominion really expanded up, and it ended up being their detriment. But they have a very sequestered spot, and they're only 1 win away from an extra life for a group of 5 team. That would be a first in Imperialism history. Not much other change. We stayed on the East with this episode. Nothing west of the Mississippi, I don't think. So we're getting rid of a lot of those extra teams on the eastern side of the map. And I will see y'all next week when we do this all again for week 7. See you then.